All right, guys, how's it going? Jose, Brandon, Ben here at the Keep Casting podcast. This week, we're talking about iCast. So, episode 5 of the podcast, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, what we would do different, how can we make iCast better, and a couple things. We're going to talk about a giveaway we got in the back for this podcast, and we're going to mention, at least break down what's the difference between pro staff and sponsored. So, stay tuned, hit that like button, subscribe, show us the love. We're doing this for you guys, so give us back with a follow, a share, whatever the case may be. Drop a comment on the bottom. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Podcast episode 5.
Make iCast great again. 2026.
iCast 2025. Live in your face. Oh, man.
I'm so
I like that. That fit in perfect.
Oh, shit. You faded it out and everything. I like that. It was funny. We were telling the story about catching a slot in the first minute of Snook season.
Yeah.
My claim to fame at Camino.
Cody was like, yeah, dude, we're doing like an Instagram story. He's like, yes, Snook season 2017 starts in 10, 9, 8, 7. And they're all counting down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
As soon as
and
he
Jose's
said one,
in the
I got-
background. Get the
I
net.
flipped it back. When he said 3, I flipped it back, and I was like, I'm going to get one right now. 1, douche, get the net. I'm on.
no way.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
First, second.
That's
Aside from tying the strongest knot in Japan.
Oh man.
And catching a bigger snook than Brandon last year.
You did. You did.
Whoa, did you? Yeah, you did.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he did.
The one he caught.
one he caught-
The daytime fish was big.
That was a big one. We didn't weigh it.
You did catch a giant one, bro.
That thing was fucking
You caught a
huge.
giant one, bro.
Yeah, that was.
That was the biggest fish I've seen since
12? No.
2016.
That was huge.
9 years ago, I saw a fish that big.
9-inch K-tail, baby. Zizzed. That's how I feel after last week.
Looking for change, right?
Yeah, man.
No, iCast was definitely a different vibe this year.
It felt different.
Yeah.
Maybe from the inshore saltwater space, it felt less attended, to say the least.
I would say for the freshwater too.
And the freshwater, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said something earlier, like it looks like the tariffs hit these companies really, really hard. Like,
You could tell some companies, like the projects they were working on, they put it off in the back burner and didn't want to follow through with it. They don't know how much that product will cost them to get done. So they're like, all right, let's leave this off in the back burner.
we heard that from some of the fishing reel guys. Like, they're just kind of taking a pause and seeing what happens.
Yep.
So iCast there was not a lot that I was looking forward to. Like, every year we do the hunt and we go on bassmaster.com and we go to Tackle Tour and we go to, Tackle Warehouse is another place where they show all the products. And I think the one product that I was most excited about is just a redo of the Depths 250 from Savage Gear. It wasn't even on iCast. We saw it through Tackle Warehouse. but
Yeah. I don't even think Depths was there. At least I didn't see them there.
No.
No,
Depths
I
wasn't, but that's the knockoff. That's the Savage Gear Depths 250 now.
Yep. A little late
Yeah,
there.
I didn't see it.
A little late to knock it off.
Right.
Yeah, some lines. There were some rods that we saw some guys with that were pretty dope. I think I was more excited about the clothes and the boots than I was
Yeah.
even the fishing gear there. All right, we are saltwater guys, so 95% of what iCast is about is all about freshwater. So already it doesn't really. But there was just a handful of products. I remember being so hyped about it and looking at the Osaka Show, seeing what's coming out like the year before. Like, what is Shimano doing? What is Daiwa doing? I mean, even the baitcaster that we were waiting for, the 400 Tranks, that didn't even show its face at iCast.
Nope. Yeah, it's weird. Us as like a fishing lure company, us as fishermen, we still get excited about new things coming out, and it really didn't see anything that was too excited about at all.
Yeah, they got the glide bait revolution happening right now, 10 years too late.
More than 10 years.
I know.
But you see these bigger companies trying to make a more affordable glide bait.
Which fine, get it out to the masses, get a bunch of people fishing it. I'm not a glide bait hater at all. Like have our collection of them. But where's the better glide bait? Like,
Yeah.
if I was able to have a glide bait 10 years ago, 15 years ago from a guy in a garage that swims better than anything you could mass produce.
Where are those guys at?
Yeah. And that was one thing. It's not just like on iCast by no means. We were like looking at what would we want as fishermen at an event like this? Like, it's not just like what's the negative, but also too like what would be better about it? And I think something that would be really sick is having a segment of iCast where you have custom bait makers can go there and set up a huge, like, just separate and apart from the exhibition of iCast, where you could have bait makers sell limited run glides, swim baits, soft plastic guys. One of the things that I don't see is like the opportunity for the smaller guy to be out there and do something or get their name out there. That's what it's all about. So, and with that, like having its own section where people can go is opening it up to the public, letting people see what's happening over there.
100%. I strongly feel that way. Like anybody from the public should be able to walk in there and connect with that brand and their customers. Like that's missing there big time. Nobody off the street could go in there and walk up to Berkeley Fishing or Rapala or any big, or Van Saul, any big company. You have to be in the tackle industry, know somebody, know a company to get in there, and you don't have that connection like the Osaka Show where it is open to the public and you could connect with your customer. That's missing.
Just listening from the two of you, almost take like a hybrid approach of what you guys saw in Osaka and then what's missing here, or not even missing here, but what we also got to see at, like, let's say the Edison show, where we were there for 3 days and it was open to the public the entire time. But then hearing it from you guys with Osaka, where it was, it wasn't attendees day 2 and 3, and then day 1 was only for the buyers and the people looking to do heavy business. But maybe do a hybrid approach so that people can connect with the brand or connect with the customer, or some sort of approach that way, where not only does it open it for the buyers and these guys who really need to fill their pegs, but also for the general direct to consumer to see what the brand is about and give them that piece as well.
Yeah.
No, that's something that they did right in Japan. They segmented the first day for all the buyers, all the business and all that, and then the next 2 days was like pandemonium.
Wide open.
People getting hyped for fishing, really emphasizing on the kids. Like, they had 3 giant convention centers for the Osaka show, and 4 giant convention centers, and out of the 4, one of them was strictly dedicated to kids. Like, I'm not talking about like 15-year-old kids. It's like 10 and under.
Yeah.
Oh, young.
Yeah.
They invest in like the future of fishing. Trout pools, games for the kids to be able to get giveaways, like goodie baskets that they fish for on a carousel. 2 fully stocked trout ponds where they're there fishing for trout and able to take some home. Like, they had basically like a fishing, like amusement park for the kids.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Like action figures, like fish freaking guys walking around.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see that. And then in the show, like, it is consumer driven. So people are crazy to go see the new Shimano Stella, and they have it on like on a machine that's pulling drag, and you get to feel that reel next to the last year's reel pulling drag, or even like the torque on it, like a lot of hands-on. Like, let me feel the reel actually do something. That was not like a turnoff, but one of the things that I don't like about the iCast experience is, like, we walk in there, the first thing you want to do is go to the showcase and see all the new products. But the first thing they do is they hand you a card, and like, you're voting on a line. Okay, there's a Yozuri, there's an X-Braid, there's a
Power Pro or whatever
like,
it is. Yeah.
I want to fish all 3 of them and then give my opinion on what's the best. Like,
or feel them and cast them and see which one feels better.
Like a casting tank would be sick with lures there that I could actually swim. So it's not like, oh, we're still figuring out how to get it to wobble or swim. No, forget that. Like, let me see it myself. Let me see the finished product. Let me see it sink. Let me be able to cast it a couple times, a reel, a rod. I'm not going to give you my, you know us. We have to fish something for at least a year before we even give our opinions on it. But like, let me at least get my first impression, not just see it on a stand and I can just touch it and now I got to vote on what product I think looks coolest. Like, what do you?
You can't do anything with it, but it's just an aesthetic judgment at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
all
all
it
they're
is.
asking you for. So, I mean, that would be something. That's something cool that I see in the Osaka show. They do a lot of hands-on, like a lot of touching the reels. Jigging World had a dope booth where they had the rod and you could pull on those rods there, and you had a line fighting machine. Like, that's dope. That, because you can actually feel the rod there. Like, I'm not.
Tell the story about how when you guys were telling me the you tied or was it the FG knot competition in Japan?
Well, that's another thing you're talking about.
Strongest knot in Japan.
X-Braid had their booth and they had tons of line testing machines. Anybody there could tie a knot, see what their knot broke at, how strong the line is, and like that's just more hands-on stuff.
Like, interactive has you doing something. Like, there's like a little leaderboard there. It was cool to see that you could actually put your hands on the product and tie a knot. See what it breaks at right there in your face. Like, that's pretty dope about the Osaka show that you're missing at iCast. I mean, I'd go there as a kid. I remember waiting for iCast and just seeing what's happening at the Osaka show and looking at the Bassmaster and getting excited and hyped about a couple products. And now we're like, you know, apart from a lot of people missing at iCast too, that was something that we noticed. Like, not having anything to really be hyped about. That was, I think, the coolest thing I seen there were those extra tough boot Crocs like hybrids. That's what I'm most excited about right now.
Yeah, the apparel industry the apparel section of fishing had a good presence. Foul weather gear, boots. You could see it's like trending into more modern looking styles that are fitting the age group now. A little different than what it normally is, but yeah, that was a good turnout there. But from the fishing section, it wasn't anything too impressive.
Yeah, I feel like the Osaka show is more concentrated on the future and driving the fishing industry forward, where iCast is more concentrated what's happening now, best in show for this year, and what sales can we get this year. Everything's very short-lived here in the United States. Japan, they were looking way in the future. There's a lot of competition in Japan. Like, we saw some reels that didn't even come out during iCast, like all the digital ones that hook up to Bluetooth, like crazy shit.
Yeah, the salt.
You're fighting the fish. You know how much line is out, like what your drag's pulling at.
Wow,
like crazy shit.
The conventional Saltigas, like there was a ton of stuff that really doesn't even make it to the U.S. market that would be out here, like you were saying earlier, like 2-3 years down the road, it kind of finally rolls out. But I was watching a video from Mikey Balls, and he was giving a great synopsis, like, bring iCast at the beginning of the year, like around that Osaka show time. So that way you're not just showing what we saw in Osaka 4 months ago again and like limited. So like that beginning of the year, it's when everybody's getting ready to go fishing right before the spring. Everybody's getting hyped. Like, at least in Florida, we're fishing year round, and the fishing is even better in the winter. But that would be a good time for dead set in the middle of the summer. Just everything's already passed. Like, assortments are done. Like, there's no, and Bassmaster, like, they take a lot of the juice away from it because any new bass product that's coming out usually shows up in the Bassmaster, before anybody. That's the that's the website I go to see all the new products.
Yeah, Bassmaster, and then all the new brands up and coming now, like product launches for them can happen whenever, to be completely honest with you, right? They can launch a product in the fall, on their own website, kind of almost to a certain degree how we do it. But seems the go-to-market doesn't have to wait for a specific moment anymore. We're like where it has to be at Bassmasters or at an iCast or anything. It could just kind of happen spur of the moment. So now you're walking into these shows and kind of everyone already knows what the product is. It's like, why are you even having it?
Yeah, right now, I mean, I see it. I saw it in the Japanese market, doubling down on the kids. Like right now, it's actually for the first time becoming cool to go fishing and be out there and be fishing as a kid. And like right now, if there's ever a time for iCast or the ASA or them to double down on that, like for real, like you could have, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 kids there hyped about fishing, going to see the new latest products, guaranteeing our future for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Those are the people that are buying the products that they're showcasing. Like, why wouldn't you want those people there to connect with?
Yeah, that, and then the brand, like the brands actually have to work the booths. Like we saw, how many people did they have at?
Bro, I remember like in the Daiwa booth, the real booth, I'm not lying, they probably had 40 or 50 people shoulder to shoulder, and people all lined up around the side, 3 or 4 rows deep, waiting to touch the reel or spin it. Like we couldn't even go up there and grab the reel.
Yeah,
we couldn't.
That was in Japan.
At the Osaka.
So many people wanting to go up and touch it and do the demo. And I remember the demo for the drag on the Stella. It was like,
yeah, you could feel the difference between last year's model and this year's model.
That, and it took a half hour to wait to even be able to touch it.
Here,
It's like
you just see the reel there, and
ride.
you get to just turn it. And you're like, oh, yeah, this thing's smooth like the last one.
Yeah.
They do have like the Seaborgs on the thing and pulling and all that. A lot more interactive. I think opening it up to the public would be huge, you know, or if it's 2 days business and 1 day open to the public, whatever the case may be. But having people being able to go there, meet the brand, meet the people behind the brand, like that's a big thing for all these Japanese companies, is that you want to know who is it behind the brand over there. It's not just like, hey, let me take your order and see what I could sell. Like
That's what they're worried about here in iCast, and you could clearly see it.
Yeah, or not just iCast, maybe just the U.S. market, really, with all the copycat companies and everybody just doing what the next company had success with the year before. I think that it's not so much the iCast, it's just more like the U.S. market of fishing.
Yeah, they're just following the trend of that specific time for the baits.
Yeah, and if you mean trend, it's just like, sales of what they.
That's all they're looking
Oh
at.
my God, this guy sold so many glide baits last year. Everybody has to make one now.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I can make one way cheaper and sell it for way less, and we'll sell a shit ton of them.
Yeah, take
we're
market
not going to
share.
make it better.
Yeah, we're just going to make it cheaper.
Making it better is not even on the. It's not.
Yeah.
Jim, you want to make it better? What's wrong with you, Jim? Out of here.
Yeah.
We need to make it for $15.99. Like, what do you mean make it better? No.
It's ass backwards.
I'm not going to say what rep from what company, but a company that I look up to, Hard Baits. This is like 10 years ago. I'm a dork about fishing lures too. I have like a collection of little Japanese JDM little crankbaits that they use for trout, and they got magnets in them and like long casts. And I mean, these little tiny freaking lures are like $20-$25 a piece. And I'm telling him, like, why don't you make this model here, but the one with the magnet in it that I ordered from Japan for 15? And he looked at me dead in the eye, and he's like, the U.S. market in Walmart, I got to make a lure for $6.99, and that's it.
Yeah.
So whatever we can make for $6.99, that's what we bring to the U.S. market. U.S. people are not going to pay more than $6.99 for a little crankbait. And I'm just like,
I am. Right.
I'm asking you for it, and
Right.
that's the mentality that they have here. It's like that bargain brand. To the same respect, in Japan, the number one selling reel is a Shimano Stella.
Yeah.
That's the number one selling reel in their market. So they do appreciate a very high-end piece of machinery. You know, they are more likely to spend $25 on a lure that's perfectly tuned and does everything that they need to. And the U.S., it's like, I want to pay a third of that for something that does not even half of what it does, but it's bare bones minimum. Also, too, in Japan, fishing pressure is not like the U.S., where these guys really have to take it to that level to even catch fish. Whereas here, you could go to any freaking lake, right? You could just cast at any canal and catch fish too. So it's a little bit different, like fishing pressure in the U.S. versus Japan, but they have to care about their technique and everything to catch fish over there. So that does give it a little bit of a different. Does everybody in Japan need a Stella? No,
Yeah.
of course not. But they do appreciate like super nice gear.
You see it. You see with all the different lures they make, everything's different, and doesn't matter how much it costs. The lure has to do this, and they fine tune it to do it, no matter how much it costs. Where here is, they work backwards. How much can we sell it for? If it's too much, they're not even going to bring it to market. It's a little different.
Yeah, 100%. What's that little? We saw it from Jackal, like that little bass lure where it had the piece of foam and then all the little tentacles sticking out of it.
Oh yeah,
Like we saw that in Japan at the Osaka Show.
and now it's a whole bunch of companies.
I saw like
here.
5 different brands. that had it.
Yamamoto. Like there's multiple companies that are doing it now.
Every
It's-
brand had their same little spider looking thing.
Yep.
What was it? It just won a tournament somewhere and
Yeah.
just blew up. But it was from one company in Japan to, half of the companies out there were dropping that little foam spider looking thing. There's a big difference between our market and the Japanese market, but I do see opportunity there. Like hype around fishing is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
I think the consumers really badly do want to go to these shows. There's an opportunity to open up to actual bait makers.
Yeah, maybe make a section that's a lot cheaper that you get all these newer brands in. That way they could show the world. And
Yeah,
I always want to see new stuff in the smaller companies. Like I want to support smaller companies and see what they bring to the table.
100%, or even a section for the smaller companies where they could sell things.
And people don't even realize it, but a lot of the baits you see that the big companies are coming out with are knockoffs of the smaller companies. Like these smaller companies that are actually out there fishing,
Innovating.
catching fish, wanting to make things different. Those are coming from the smaller companies. And someone from a big company will see it and just replicate it.
Yeah, the flag that took the award last year was actually like a
Knockoff of it.
and a work of art. What they did over there, and they made an incredible lure, and then they just knocked it off and made it for $9.99 or $14 or whatever it is,
Yeah.
under $20, and like try to sell it. So, if we wanted to make iCast better, if we were looking for, I think, making it more involved for the kids, opening it up to the public, letting people be able to get in there, a lot more hands-on demos where people can actually touch, feel the lures, throw the rods, throw the reels, get a hands-on account on what that is for. And I know they do that. They do that like the day before iCast. You could go on the water and throw and fish some of the stuff. But during the event, that would be
Yeah, be awesome.
not only a liability, but
Yeah.
it would be a cool thing for people to be able to do, and actually like let the public meet the people behind the brand. There's knock your meetings out in the first 2 days and then open it up to the public the next 2 days. But having people be able to go there, see the product, touch it, feel it, speak to the guys that represent the brand, that would go a long way in our fishing industry. And
yeah.
Orlando's a perfect spot for that.
Yeah. It's changing. You see the industry changing. Social media is getting huge. Any person, Scott Martin could post on his page, post something, a kid could reply directly to him. Like
Yeah.
now more than ever, you have direct contact with all these huge people and companies where 5-10 years ago, we didn't have that. I couldn't imagine being young and following Scott Martin or Roland Martin at the time and being able to message him on his post or something. That's crazy. Things have changed a lot.
Yeah, you're a couple people away from him versus probably hundreds of phone calls before you could even think about doing anything
Or
back in
even-
the day.
Speaking to a brand or speaking to the owners
Yeah.
till literally the other day, we were answering messages. Like
Yeah.
it's only nowadays that you're able to do that. And that's another thing. It's getting a post on social media that gets more eyeballs than all of iCast, one viral clip.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing that I think a lot of these people are seeing. So how can you bring the fun back to iCast? Like can't have all those products already been released and like shown to the public. That takes away a lot of the allure of why you want to go there. You want to go there to see something new, something different. Making it open to the public so people can actually see the product, because it's still a long time till people can actually get a lot of these products that are in iCast. Like being able to touch it, feel it for the first time. Let them be able to speak to the brands. Like that's something where how many opportunities do you get to go speak to the guys from Shimano?
Yeah.
Like I remember before I owned a brand, I loved to speak to them and, you know, tell them how badly we need this saltwater bait caster that doesn't sell and nobody wants. But like whatever.
In left hand.
In left hand and low gear, which I think they purposely all just like, you know, that guy that always wanted to never make a left hand low gear. Like for any bait caster, leave this guy hating himself.
Yeah. All of our analytics say not to make it. This guy's over here punching for it.
Yeah, but they got to hear that. They got to
yeah.
hear that from people. They got to be able to, and then, you know, I know that there's a huge focus on freshwater, but we are in the capital of saltwater fishing, Florida, like a little bit more emphasis on the saltwater side. And it's kind of on the companies too, to show up, go out there, have new products to show. Like that's a lot for big companies, for small companies, for anybody to get. You know, some of these guys, we've talked to them behind the scenes from other companies. They're going crazy the 2 months before iCast, trying to get everything ready to show for the event, all that. And then, yeah, now less than ever, in my opinion, though, with what's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing the big companies that weren't there this year was kind of a shock, but no surprise. Weird, you know what I mean? Like kind of a shock, kind of no surprise. Being in the industry, a little bit of a no surprise on our end, but from a consumer aspect, to walk in there and not see these big brands there, you're like, what's going on? Is it the tariff thing? Is it the culture? Is it the change in fishing? What's going on? Why are they not there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like freaking, I don't even know if I should say this.
Say it.
Yeah.
Like out there last year, I was like in my feelings because they copied this product and then got the best product award, and then they're like, yo, all of our companies aren't showing up this year. How about that? We took the best award off of copying a bait the year before, and then this year, this is how we show you love. We're all out.
We vanish.
Might have to take that out of the thing. I don't need
No,
that.
even you see it with every bait. Even the Rapala one that Jacob Wheeler worked on to design it. The one that kicks has a little weird wide legs, the flipping bait. Like that shit's been out for years in Japan. They just did a knockoff of it. People were telling me like, "Oh man, you saw that new bait? Like that shit's not new.
Yeah,
It's literally a knockoff of it. No live. What's it? The Duo Live? Do something? It's a weird name company.
I don't know. You're into all those flipping baits and all that.
Yeah, I
and I know you
looking
know
at new shit.
You order all the Japanese
Yeah.
creatures that aren't out here, so
Yeah.
you have your ear to the ground. You know exactly what's out, what's been out, what are they using. So it's no surprise to you when you see a duplicate bait. What did they do? Just change it just a little bit here and there.
Very little, yeah. Very few things.
But we'll find out the name. He'll plug it on the podcast. But like, yeah. Anything else that you saw out there?
I'm waiting for like some of these reel companies to do different internals in the reels. Things have been stagnant for so long where things need to change. Like what's a new anti-reverse system? What's a new drive system? What's a new drag system? Like from all our bait casting reels not lasting a long time in saltwater, I've taken apart every bait casting reel, and when you open them, you see little differences in them, but they're more or less all the same. They all have a pinion gear. They all have a main gear. They all have anti-reverse or a dog. Or like they're all more or less the same, and the same parts go bad in every single reel. Like how come nobody is overbuilding something or making it better or making a bigger pinion gear so there's less resistance? Like we've seen with Shimano and the Torsa. What was that one high-end reel that had
the
a different...
Torsa.
That fucking thing was a machine.
Yeah, they stopped making it because it was too
It was
good.
two beasts. Yeah.
They could make a reel that lasts forever.
Yeah, but at least make an anti-reverse will last
Like
like
that.
2 or 3 times longer. Like it's... I love bait casting reels. I love the new designs like Shimano, how they supported the pinning gear on both sides. It's super smooth under load, but take it fishing 2 or 3 times and that bearing's rusting out right onto the main pinning gear.
That, or we pit it by fucking breaking off on the bottom.
Yeah.
Like putting all that pressure on. Well, we'll use a stick sometimes too, but like they do for the jigging reels where you could put a lock
The
Yeah,
spool
reel.
lock.
I think the Saltiga, one of the Saltiga jigging reels,
And then you
has
could
the
pop
lock.
it off and not have to put all that pressure on the
On the
pinion and the
pinion.
bearings
Yeah.
and all that and ruin them that way. Like that would be huge for us. But once again, it's like we're such a niche market to these guys. They don't give a shit.
Well, that's why I brought up changing the anti-reverse. Like, how is that going to evolve? Someone's going to come out with a new design soon, and it's be like, holy shit, why didn't I think of this?
Yeah.
Every reel is basically the same inside.
Planned obsolescence too. Like they got to
Yeah.
plan for these
Yeah.
reels for you to get a new one every 2 to 3
No,
years.
and I get it. Machining cost goes into this, so they make a mold. You see if a lot of reel companies where it's the same outer housing painted a different color.
Or just upsized.
Yeah, and they got to sell a certain amount of reels to get that cost back into the machining. So it's weird. I just want to see some different stuff.
Well, I'm gonna go back to just fish and van stall spinners.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's the
Well,
one
you
tank in the industry.
That's my like 200 size 150.
How long have you had yours?
18 years or something.
So crazy.
Same reel. Had it serviced one time.
Yeah, how do you keep selling that reel?
But I'm a diehard Van Stall. They come out with a new reel, or I will need another size. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
'Cause I
And word of mouth. Like someone asks you what's the best reel on the market. It's so easy for you to say it.
100%.
It's so easy when you get a product like that.
And every reel has its time and place.
And then by the
if
time
I'm
you have
if I'm finesse fishing lighter
Right.
line, I'm not going to use a Van Stall.
Of course.
I'm going out in the surf. I'm throwing a Van Stall.
100%, 100%. And then you buy 6 reels, and then you give them to your kids, and then your kids don't even have to buy a reel ever again. No, but Van Stall is the shit for that. And if we're rough on your gear, like we are, a lot of times we get in fishing all night, don't have time to, or you forget, or you're just so smoked you can't freaking wash your reels. Like you don't have to really worry about the Van Stall like that. Van Stall, can you make a bait caster for us, please? please.
That's why it's such a hard question when people ask us like, "Oh, what reels do you fish? What rods do you fish? What do you guys fishing for gear?" And it's like all of it, everything. Because if there was an answer for everything, it would be one brand, but it's not. It never has been.
No, we grab a little bit from here and there, and we use what we like.
Yeah, no sponsors needed.
Yep.
That's like another thing that I see, like kids in the fishing industry right now, just going to whoever gives them a free reel or free anything.
Free lure.
It doesn't
or
even
anything.
matter. Like, oh my God, I got this sunblock from this company, and now I've put that hashtag on my page, and I'm sponsored by this sunblock. Like, it's ridiculous already. Like, well, 2 things. Like, if you're backing products that people know are dog shit, that's not a good look for you. I don't care who you are, what age you are, what's going on. Like, that's not a good look for anybody. That's why we know the Shimano guys, the Daiwa guys, we know the Van Stall guy. We know all of them. We fish every different reel for different situations because we like something Shimano makes and Daiwa and Van Stall. And there's no, just because you give us reels or anything, don't mean we're just going to fish your reels or I'm going to brag about them or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's how people should take fishing lures. Like, go back on your page, see what you were fishing before. And if you're just fishing this brand because they're giving you free stuff, like, at least for the people that know, they see that shit right away. It's a easy tell there. So that's like one of the first pieces of advice I could give the young generation is like, go out there, fish what you love, and back the brands that you love, regardless on who's giving you a free lure or 2. I mean, the only free lure is worth it is the one that you have the most confidence in, that you know is going to catch the most amount of fish.
Agreed.
And that's, everybody wants something free. I get it. It's like this free mentality world. And then, guys, all right, talking to you guys out there, we don't sponsor people. Well, let me take that back. There's
explain it. Yeah, there you go.
all right, there's a big difference between pro staff and sponsorship, okay? And everybody's like, yo, sponsor me. Hey, little Billy, I'm not going to send you a check.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to send you a check every single month. So that's a sponsorship. Sponsorship means that this brand is actually paying you money to go fish, which there's 2 guys that we do that for in the entire industry. And these are guys that are contracted to get content for us because we saw them fishing NLBN way before they were getting content from us.
Yeah.
And getting paid monthly or annually for a duration of time is a sponsorship, not just, we're fishing with you one time. You're officially sponsored by us forever.
Yes.
It's not how it works. That's the word sponsor is just overused on the social media platforms. And it's nice that you're educating everyone on what it actually means versus being an ambassador or someone who's on pro staff or those other acronyms or not acronyms, but names.
I like ambassador. I like sponsor, which means in my book, you're a content creator. You go out there, you get content. We actually pay you for that content. That's the highest tier because we're actually paying you.
They believe in the brand. They represent the brand.
Yes, all of the above.
Because the last thing we want to do is pay someone to represent our brand that doesn't believe in the product.
That's not ever going to happen.
Yeah.
No, and then the next level, which is what we were for other brands, was pro staff.
Yeah.
And that's like freaking golden. Like you are goated if you're pro staff for Shimano or Daiwa or any of the freaking top brands in the industry. And that's where like we get the majority of our people that we know, captains that fish our stuff, some of the best fishermen that we know, because like you don't necessarily have to be a captain to be a pro staff. But like, listen to the term, it's pro. Like that means that either you make a living doing this, like this is how you feed your family, and you're one of the best pro fishermen out there, or you're one of the best fishermen out there, period, like in your area. And when I say best, I'm not like you go and catch. We always look at like catch big fish.
No, you're a badass. People look up to you.
You're a badass.
Yeah. Your local community knows you. The people who associate with you know that you're the guy for that species and
in that area.
Or that area. Like, there's this captain in this region of Southwest Florida.
Yeah.
There's these guys in New Jersey that are catching these giant fish. Like those,
you are the man in your area.
Correct. You're localized to your area, and the species that are around that you're catching around you on whatever baits they are, you're catching the biggest, the baddest of them all.
100%.
And there is a niche in every geographical region for that specific species. There really is. It's
and there's
crazy.
There's a lot of room there for us to have a lot of pro staff. And that usually comes with like a box or 2 of free goodies plus a nice little discount depending on how pro of a staff you are for us. But like somewhat of a discount there for the products. And like we let you in on new colors that are coming out, new products, like throw stuff your way. That's what I consider pro staff. And you're getting I can't keep up with every single pro staffer and sending them batches from it. So we just give you like a nice discount for the product. You could fish it very affordably. And it depends on what level pro staff, what type of discount you get. And that's so you guys know how that, you know what I mean? Sponsorship is not, when you're asking us to get sponsored, you're asking us to go pay you to fish our products. And then if you're asking for a pro staff, that means I'm a professional. I'm one of the best guys out there, and I'm working towards this. And this is something anybody could work towards. Like I said, you don't have to have a charter business. You just have to be known as the guy or have the proof to back it that you're one of the badasses in your area, that you're catching giants consistently, that you could put out good content, and you could put out content that people want to see. And there's some pro staffers of ours that don't even ever fish or put out content. Like people we know that are badasses behind the scenes that haven't posted in 5 years. I have a list of 15 guys off the top of my head, old friends of ours that have never posted, that are some of the best fishermen in their area. And we give them discounts and we give them stuff because they are the best. It doesn't, like, how many followers do I need to be pro staff? That's not the look, man. That's the easy way out because you could just go viral and get lucky, and that's not what we're looking for.
Yeah, not anymore. It's a little different. I mean, not that it's different, but I feel like when we were first doing it, I've never personally been sponsored. I don't know if you guys have. I've never been sponsored by any fishing company,
either.
Period. It was just pro staff, ambassador product. Like, hey, Ben, here's, 15 lures, or here's a spool line, or here's some fluorocarbon.
rods,
just make sure you throw us in a post. And it's like, oh, you have 6,000 followers. This is IG 2010, 2011, 2012.
And it wasn't even that. It wasn't even like, make sure you
wasn't.
throw us in a post. It's
wasn't.
like, hey, St. Croix, look, I've been posting St. Croix stuff for the last 7 years, and I'm one of the best fishermen in your area, and I'm fishing all of your musky rods, and I put a lot of content out there with all the rods that you fish, and I think that this is the best rod on the planet, and I love the rods, and I've been fishing them since I was 12, and I'm still fishing them, and like, look what I've done for the brand over the last 5 years, and like, you know what I mean? Can I have an opportunity to be pro staff?
It's not little Billy messaging you a little 2 pound bass. Hey, I just caught one on a 3-inch. Like, can you sponsor me? It's not.
Which I don't mind. And I love little Billy. And I want him to keep sending me all those bass pictures and all that. But I get totally where you're coming from.
It's just the education on what to ask and how to ask, and then proving yourself to a certain degree. It doesn't just get thrown on the table and handed to you to a certain degree. It's exactly what you said. None of us at the table could do that ever when we were first starting, ever.
No.
We had to actually like show the brands like we're capable of doing it, number one, and we're known for doing it too.
And it still took years of like
years.
Damn, how many rods are we selling for these guys? Before they acknowledge us. And it's, I want to make sure everybody's taken care of, especially the guys that back us, especially the guys out there catching and everybody. You know what I mean? Like, appreciate it, no matter who you are, from the guy that's ordered for the first time to our seasoned pros and all that. Like, we appreciate the shit out of everybody. But I just wanted to like help make that distinction of pro staff, which we don't even have a lot of, sponsored guys, which we have 2 of that we pay, and outside of that, like, I mean, we're just fishing. This ain't. We're not doing this to do it for free. Like even when we fished, it would be dope because we were catching them, but it's not necessarily the end goal. And I don't want you guys to like lose that or think that that's the whole purpose of fishing and you're trying to get like, it's go out there and catch them, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
You can see you had like that, the social media thing brought instant gratification to a lot of these young kids. They see the guys they look up to get free stuff. And we even see where people will buy a big box of lure and post it like they got it for free. Like, oh, thank you, NLBN. Like, yo, we never sent this guy free lures. He bought it. And then everybody that's following him is, yo, can I get some free lures? How do I get a box like that? And that guy bought that box. And
he did.
It's turned into a weird thing of people just want stuff for free. And we even had people like, oh, I'm going to start fishing. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Can I get sponsored? And it's like, what are we talking about here? Like,
yeah. And we want to, like, if there's somebody that we're overlooking and you're out there putting in the work and catching the fish, like, reach out to us. Like, we want to work with you. We want to make sure you're taken care of. But we have blind spots. We can't see every single account in the world or who's doing it. And I don't care if you have 10 followers or you have, 30,000 followers. I care that you catch giants. You're respected in your circles. Like, you're actually doing it out there and you're respected by the guys that are doing it. When I ask the guys that are doing it, they're like, no, he's doing it. You know what I mean? That's where you earn our respect and learn to be like the guys that we're looking for pro staff. That's really where it comes into is, are you respected in your area for doing the right thing, catching giants, putting in the time? All that is what it is that we're looking for out of all of our pro staffers and all that. And that's really like the most important thing in this all. It's that you're having fun doing it. And for our pro staff side of it is that you're catching giants. That's what we like to see out of the pro staffers.
It's crazy how much it's changed.
Oh man,
it's so crazy.
He just put up the duo, the Ryan Morey, Justin Menendez signed pack of 3-inch for $100 on Facebook Marketplace.
That's from
sick.
The Harry Goods event.
That's dope.
Oh man, I wish they had like the eBay function where you could see if they've sold any of these.
Yeah, this kid's got like 50 sales.
Ryan Morey and Justin Menendez are just at their house just cranking out autographed limited batches, just selling. Boom. That's secretly them. They got this side business on Facebook Marketplace making millions.
That's so awesome.
That's sick.
No, that's dope. More events like we did at Harry Goods. Thank all the guys that came out to Harry Goods. That was a sick ass event.
That was crazy.
Yeah, really appreciate it. I was on the way back from Virginia, blew a hub, driving back 1,000 miles trying to get there. Trevor, myself, and Caleb couldn't make it, so hated to do that. It was a nightmare for us to get this hub in the middle of North Carolina. There was nothing there. We had to cut the brakes off the trailer. Long story short, we couldn't make it, but we saw all the videos. You know, it was incredible. You know, everybody turning out, showing up. Thank you for Ryan and Justin and, you know, everybody that showed out, Dr. Scales. I mean, all you guys for showing out, showing the support. So thank you guys. We're going to do more events like that. That was awesome. Hate that I missed it, but I'm not going to miss the next one.
Yep.
That was great.
That was sick. A lot of people showed up.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
dope.
you got to see it. I mean,
It was crazy. There must have been, if I had to guess, there was probably 600 to 800 people there
Insane.
from the doors opened early. It was supposed to be 11. They opened them at 10:30. From 10:30 to probably noon, there's probably 600 or 700, 600 to 800 people.
yeah.
And
That's
the
sick.
majority of kids, like you were saying, like,
Which we love.
kids are
like come
fishing.
out there. We
yeah, no. And they're coming out there like moms dropping them off. They're riding on their skateboards. Guys on, they're on their bikes. They're, walking down to the canal down there fishing and, and it was a Saturday. So it was a weekend, gave them something to do too. So it was filled with love to say the least. But it was really cool to see the youth. Cause I mean, there was some older people there,
For sure.
25 to 35. There definitely was an older crowd too, to a certain degree. Well, older, just a little older than, let's say, 16 to 18, 19,
Yeah, but it's
But
all
it
love.
it was all love.
I wish I had a fishing lure company when we were that age,
know.
putting on events where we could talk to the guys and pick their brains and, see what's happening, actually get to meet the people behind the scenes or whatever. Like, I would have loved for that to have been the case, and I would have been there. Like,
Yeah.
as a kid, I don't care what's happening. Mom, on Saturday, you better take me there because I want to meet the crew, see all the other fishermen. Like,
And it's like that pop-up we did the other day at Juneau Pier. Like,
yeah, that was
we
sick.
let people know an hour before, and there was a whole bunch of people there and signing people's rods and tackle boxes. And
a couple hundred people, but being able to just be on the pier with them, shoot the
Yeah.
shit, talk about lures that are coming out, like
some of the kids-
500 questions, bring them on. Like,
some
I
of the
love
kids
it.
were like, "Oh, you ever fish off the pier?" I'm like, "Dude, I grew up doing the same thing you did, skipping school, fishing all day at the pier, drinking one bottle of water. Like,
Yeah.
it was sick."
Trying to scrap up some money just to go get some lunch or extra sabiki or two.
Yeah,
like-
we bought a whole bunch of pizzas and coolers with water in it, just gave it out to everybody. It was cool as shit.
I can't even imagine being 13, 14, 15 years old and a brand pulls up with 20 boxes of pizza.
Yeah.
I would lose my mind.
Yeah, and
As a
lures,
grown-
we just
and
gave away
lures.
a whole bunch of lures. It was cool, man.
Literally,
stuff we could give back.
so awesome to be able
if
to
we
do
can.
that.
And we need to do a lot more of that. I wish we could do it every weekend if it was up to me. But like,
Yep.
yeah, the same thing. It's like getting dropped off at the pier with $5.
Yeah.
$4 for a sabiki. I got to catch the pier tender guy like 3 fish so he could give me my entrance, and I got to make enough money to buy lunch.
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember when I used to lose my sabiki early, going around the pier and you'll see one like tied up in knots and just undoing it in the knot for like an hour. And
And you're learning your unis because you're grabbing one from
Yeah.
the trash can and one that was stuck, and then you're putting them all together and you're like, oh, I got 4 hooks. I'm good.
oh yeah.
Cast it and lose it.
Yep.
That was back in the live bait needed days.
That was live bait needed. That's right.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
That's where it started, though.
dude, it all starts just fishing. We don't care. Like, yeah, live bait needed is the movement, is what we do. We throw a lot of lures, but like, I don't care if you're a live bait fisherman. I don't care if whatever it is, man. Get out there, go fishing. That's all that matters. It's not
Doesn't matter what you're fishing for or how you're fishing, just get out there and go fishing.
get out there, go fishing. I'm not, dude, if you don't use no live bait, I'm not going to feel any kind of way about it. At the end of the day, it's getting out there, going fishing. We all started like pier rats off the pier. We were throwing some gotchas and spoons and stuff, but like y'all learned, a lot of people learned from live bait fishing and fishing the piers as kids. So like, it's not even about that either. So it's like, oh my God, they see you fishing with live bait, they're going to excommunicate you. It ain't
I'm
from
gonna
it.
join you.
far from it, dude. This guy fishes all the live bait boat tournaments and stuff, like meat tournaments. Like there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
You guys want to cool down on some clips?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Oh yeah,
No.
I've seen this.
He's trolling from his yacht.
Guy was eating a T-bone but got smoked. Get him, Billy.
That's sick. That guy's living the life.
I think he's hooked on bottom.
Is he?
Drag's ripping. He's just whining.
There's no more left. Real. Probably snagged like a fad.
Yeah, for sure.
Gone.
What is he so mad at? They're never gonna turn the boat around.
Dude, he.
Hang on. Careful on the side.
This guy's catching big rooster fish or cubera.
Oh, pull in.
That's hard. You know that shit's hard. Try to get that angle on him in the kayak.
Yeah, that thing's just
Just
pulling
doing
the thing around,
donuts.
dude. Look, he's going right to his.
No,
cave.
about to
He's-
tip him over.
He's going right to the cave.
Guys, hot and heavy right here.
He's like trying to pump.
Pedal, Jimmy.
Stay away from those.
Oh, it's taking him in the rocks.
Gotta get away from those
Oh
rocks.
shit.
That would be crazy.
Damn.
Oh, the
Oh,
rooster
nice
fish.
rooster.
Damn, beast.
That's a unit.
That's sick.
Epic battle. All right, let me get.
Oh, he's in a
pictures.
tip.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, Billy.
Damn. Bro.
That's why you put your reels on carabiners. Oh,
Oh, you
it's
got
gonna break.
Ricky. You got him on.
What was that? He's still on. He's
Bro,
still
that
on.
drag is so
I don't
loose.
know what this
Oh,
is.
Look at him. He just triple cranked it tight.
Dude, he's on a. He's tight on the paddle tilt.
He didn't
trolling.
believe it. He didn't believe he was on tuna. Tuna or
Or
kingfish.
Big Jack. Dude,
That's
it
a tuna.
looks like it's by us.
That thing's pulling.
Good thing his line matches is real. He's definitely gonna catch this one. It's it camouflages into the ocean since it's blue, you know?
It's not gonna fit in that net that he has up there. I'll tell
No
you that.
chance.
Told you.
Come on.
Are you serious?
It's a tuna.
It's a black fin.
That's sick.
Oh, on an NLBN
Yeah,
paddle tail.
on our paddle
Fuck
tail.
yeah.
Dude, unit blackfin on the beach.
Damn.
Smoked it.
It barely fit in the net.
That's sick.
40
That
feet
thing
of water.
smoked him.
Yeah.
41 feet of water. That's sick.
That
Big-
must be like
big one.
a Pensacola Beach or something. Oh shit.
That's sick.
Oh my god, I want one of those so bad.
That's dope.
Fuck.
You make a bait that swims like that?
That was great. Oh, we know this guy.
Why, if you can only go fishing for 30
This
minutes.
is Brandon when he got keep casting.
This guy's a sniper with a rod. Oh. It's pretty impressive.
His fingers fucked.
Oh, he put a lure in his hand.
Oh, he did.
Oh.
Yeah, cheater.
I've seen this. That's insane.
Yeah,
Backhand.
but show us all the casts that it took for you to do that. That's what I want to see.
Take 50. That's
Yeah.
Oh,
Legend says to this day he's still casting.
holy shit!
Jim, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
It's probably in Australia or something. No,
Yeah, then a great
Chinese-
white just comes and smokes it off the side of the
Chinese
boat. Oh, don't tell
man,
me
is
he's in a
this boat
tip.
in a tip. That's a good problem to have. He got it.
There
Dude.
we go.
Savage.
Oh, now he's crushed.
Savage.
Oh, he gutted him and
That's
everything.
sick. This is. I've seen this before.
Oh, looks like
This is-
Camino.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's opening day of Snook season at Camino.
Just net tangle clusterfuck.
Yeah, this is.
I don't know nothing about it, but
Yeah,
I
it's like
have
a-
a feeling they're working as a team.
No,
No way. This is every man for
looks like
themselves.
they're not.
Oh man, that's all I got on that.
was cool.
But yeah, man, this is a weird one. I didn't want to sound negative on the iCast thing either. I don't want to sound like it's a Debbie Downer, but we're seeing a difference of iCasts a couple years ago and now, and it could be tariffs, it could be a number of things kind of happening in the fishing space. I felt like we saw a lot of companies holding back a little bit
lot.
on new products and what's happening out there. We just want to make it like we want to see it be better, and if that's like an evolution to iCast, what it could be, you know, little things like I didn't want to make it all negative. I wanted to just add a couple things that we feel would be dope, like more hands-on, opening it up to the public, bringing some local bait makers, like garage guys. I'm not saying that like a bad thing. We started in a garage, and I think there's a place, if you're making custom handmade $200 swim baits, like, I'm sorry, you just can't mass produce that shit. And that's a beautiful living to some people.
Yeah.
But the last thing I want to see is like this culture change to where they just take that mold from a company on Alibaba that freaking just copies it.
It's
and
crazy.
And these people are cool with that shit, and just like, oh, this guy like is putting his kids through college, or like is saving for his kids' college fund, like making these lures, busting his ass 12, 15 hours a day for somebody to just steal the mold in China and
it's
get it made. And you guys are like, well, I don't care, I'll pay this for it. Like,
and you see it with all like these companies that are making the cheaper glide baits, where these people are getting into it now. And they're like, oh, this lure's badass, this swim's badass. It's like, dude,
You don't even know what a glide bait is.
yeah, look
You
at
really
a high-powered herring or a phony frog. Like, look how that thing fucking moves side to side and stops and doesn't even sink or like.
Yeah.
There's levels to this shit where it's
big time.
they're fucking expensive. And
Mute that.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the, I mean,
I have a whole wall of big glide baits, but every bait does their own little thing because a fisherman designed it that way to do that
Yes.
certain thing. They didn't pick this bait to sell. They didn't make this bait to sell it to make profit off of it. They made this bait to do a certain thing that they wanted it to do.
a lot of the good guys
Yeah.
did that. Now you're seeing more of the
The
profiteering
bigger
behind
companies
it.
picking up on it and making a
But even something, okay, I like a hybrid blend of it. Like I might get some hate, I might get some love for it. But like what Spro did to collab with
KG.
KGB.
KGB, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they have like a
Yeah, that was dope. They took this guy's design and made it cheaper to
Yeah.
open it to the masses. And there's nothing wrong with. But knocking off a bait and it's not better, it's a little weird.
I mean, even if it is better, at least I could be like, all right, you made it better. There's going to be some functional thing different about it for you to make it better,
Right.
you know? But like, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anybody go to, oh, this swim bait went to mass production and now it's, oh, I got this swim bait from Alibaba for $7. This $300 swim bait. It's better, I swear.
Believe me,
Like,
that bait does not do the same thing.
that's
at
never
all.
going to happen.
Yeah.
And if you think it does the same thing, you just don't know what that bait's actually supposed to be
And
doing.
if you're happy with that bait and you catch fish, use it. But
But it's hard to like promote that because I look at it like taking from that bait maker. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Especially like more than anything, like that garage guy.
You think the consumer knows that?
they don't. A lot of them don't.
Or is it just because we're in the fishing industry we know that? You
They
know?
don't. A lot of these younger kids that are fishing these newer glide baits, the glide baits have been out forever, and they don't do something. It's weird. It's
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the masses. Like, if I didn't know anything about a glide bait and a company, dropped one, a high-end company or a bigger company dropped it, I'd lean toward it just because of the branding, essentially.
It's
you
not
know?
their fault, dude. If you don't know, you don't know. Like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a Nazi about it or anything like that. If you don't know about it, you don't know about it.
Yeah.
Like that's no foul, no harm. But like if you know this is the real deal, and then this is literally follow the brands, like follow the people behind the brands. Like and especially
you'll
with
see
these
it.
bait makers, they're not hard to find. And it's not hard to find the guy having pictures with his freaking kids and like, trust me, it's a grind. Anybody making lures out of their house,
Oh yeah.
especially a high demand lure, it is a grind. Those guys bust their ass like in every which way possible. And like, I love to follow the story too. See the guy that was a badass that made his lure that freaking crushes it. I mean, with the
Yeah, you guys lived it.
HPH.
You guys lived it.
Yeah,
Like, break it down. Like,
And those guys could only make a certain amount of lures a week
Yeah.
or every 2 weeks.
yeah.
And
Yeah, it's not because they're like, oh, I'm going to make lures for 2 weeks and take a 2-week vacation. No,
Yeah.
it's like I'm fucking spending every waking second making these lures for this drop, and then it's gone, and then I got to start from scratch over and over again, 6-7 days a week, And a lot of these guys by themselves, or like they'll have one or two guys
people or
helping,
something, right?
because they got to. swim every single lure themselves. They got to weight every single lure, balance it. Like these things don't just pop out of mold and they're ready to fish.
No.
Like at least the high end glides, these guys are weighting them, counterweighting them themselves, making sure they track straight. Like,
And
and if they don't, you send it back to the guy and he'll fix it and freaking get it right for you and send it back. Like,
yeah, and some of the glide baits I buy from some of these guys, you see the evolution of it. Like last year's model will be thicker over here, or the bottom's different, or he made it thicker at the tail part because they're always fine tuning it and making it better.
Faster sink rates, slower sink rates.
Yep, there's floating, suspend,
Floating, right.
extra slow sink. Like they fine tune the shit. And It's
Yeah.
all for reasons.
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying if you find something from a big brand that works. I mean, what Yozuri did, I haven't seen a glide like that. That is different. Like I'm not saying like that one came from like another body. Yo, if that shit works, if it works for you, like no foul, no harm. I'm not knocking it, but I just challenge any of these brands to come out with something better,
Different. Yeah.
Yeah.
or better,
Unique
Yeah.
or unique.
or does something that something else is not doing right now. That's I'm all in for it. But to make us something not as good as something that existed 10, 15 years ago, like that's I guess for a better price point. But
Well,
that's-
look how long the Depth's 250. And it's still a badass lure for its
Bad
time.
mamma jamma.
And people look at it, it's like, yeah, it's a plastic injected bait that's molded with a softer shell on it. But a lot of people don't even know it has a little spring in there for ball. And when you hit it, you feel it go boom, 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 and it vibrates. And when you glide it or stop it, that thing's vibrating. A lot of people don't even know that that's in the lure. I didn't even know that was in the lure till half the time halfway through I was fishing it.
yeah, and that Alibaba knockoff is never gonna
Does not do that.
it's
Yeah.
not gonna do what a Depths 250 does.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, that is a badass
Yeah.
lure. And that's why it was just copied
And that's what,
imitated.
And it's still king. Yep.
Yeah, and that one's done more on a production side. Like that one of many glides that are done on a production scale.
Yeah, it's not like a resin casted
That's
lure.
a high end.
Production level glide bait.
Oh, some of the guys that are doing it right out there.
Yep.
You know, on a high production side. But I still love a lot of the homemade glides out there. Like that's great. I love to see that whole entire segment growing. It was fun to see all the big brands coming out with their own variation of a glide bait. That was, I guess, kind of cool. But more than anything, like, don't overshadow the guys that actually started the shit. The guys that have been doing the glide bait thing for 15 years now, plus 20 years, that have been coming out with glides better than the stuff that we saw last week. You know what I mean? That's where I don't want that to be overshadowed or overlooked, because we have our own collection of glides. You know what I mean? It's a dope fishery, and I love that niche market of bait makers out there. So shout out to all the guys doing that. That's something that we'd love to see, you know?
Yep.
You were talking too, like the positives of iCast. I think like going, or a positive factor of it. One thing I noticed too there, we're talking specifically about like terminal tackle, fishing lures, and the nitty gritty there, but the bigger stuff. So like, you know, trolling motors, electronics, you know, consumer electronics, audio. Those are for iCast. That I feel like that was more successful for those brands than it was everything else. It just from looking on the outside in.
Yeah.
And as a consumer, or if you were a consumer there, you can visually see these products in action, like, you know, the 112-inch now, you know, trolling motors, or the forward-facing units with the 6 screens, or the new transducer, and you can
some
actually
of the new rain gear we saw, and
some of the
stuff
new
like that.
apparel. Like you could touch it, feel it. You know, you can almost be a part of it. It's essentially connecting with the brand. You know, and that was not. That's always been there. It's just it seems like there's more positive to those brands than more so I would say the lure making companies to a certain degree.
Well, that didn't get overshadowed by the lures this time around.
Right.
Because there wasn't a lot of new lures and fishing products to look at. So you're just like, what is new out there? And like for the first few times, you could be like, oh, what's happening in apparel and shoes? And, motors and stuff like that.
So
I usually have a list of like 7-8 things that I need to see at iCast that's coming out. Like my list was very short this year.
yeah, and maybe it's like you were saying, the state of the world, like with what's going on in supply chain and tariffs and all that, it could be taking a huge impact to these larger brands more than we see it, So and
I think a lot of it has to do
it's a
with
visualization of that now,
Yeah, I think a lot of things have been put on hold, especially as manufacturing, bigger,
Yeah.
more expensive reels and all that. But hope to see everything level out next year. That's something. I don't know. Not that we need a call for like a change. There's no change, but just our 2 cents on things that we could do to, or could be done at iCast to
Keep driving it forward.
Correct.
Making it
yeah,
better.
dude,
Make it
making
different.
better.
And I think you hit the nail on the head too, like with in Japan, like having this section for the kids, like now more than ever. I mean,
That's
you
huge.
couldn't have said it better, Joey. Like, have to give it back to the kids, and like, what better place than to do it at that convention with that much room in the middle of the state where people are 2-3 hours away from all corners of Florida, like.
Dude, kids are hype.
mean,
You're taking 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds to their first fishing convention. They're going to remember that. They're going to be like, yeah, they're going to be 18, 21, 34. They're going to be like, yeah, I remember when I was going to Osaka when I was a young kid and my dad used to take me and I got to see the new fishing lures and they had all this fun stuff. And it was like a carnival event for me. Like you
remember-
get that memory in their head. And it's
Sticks
something
with-
about the Japanese market. They're always thinking 10, 20 years down
Yeah,
the road.
man.
They're not just thinking about 2025 sales, Q3.
Yeah.
Where are we going to be at? How
Yeah.
many new units can we get out? Like, no. We're planting the seed for the next generation to get out there, respect the environment, understand like our resources. That's something that we'll get into too. But like respecting what we have here, introducing them to fishing, getting them hype about it, and making like that memory in their head. I don't care if it's your personal best or this show, or you went to the show and you got to meet this guy that you looked up to. Man, all that stuff, like you keep that for the rest of your life. I think that's something that we could really invest into. I'll be all for it in any way that I could help. If that's a direction that they want to go, like count me in. I'd be all about
Yeah.
throwing some money at it and just really helping them out in that respect, because I think that is huge. Like that is a big thing. Opening it up to the public, letting the public be able to go out there, touch and feel lures, making it more interactive. And it's not on iCast. It's not on like
No,
the ASA
no.
to do that. It's on the brands to like step up and do that kind of interactive. You want to show people what your product is all about. And if there's a swim tank in there, maybe they could set up a facility for swim tanks, for rods and reels and stuff to be used. Brands have people over there, like, going through their products. I think there's a way to do it where you could get more hands-on. And just Japan was it was a refreshing example of a different way to do a trade show.
Yeah, and I brought it up earlier, but we saw that domestically here at Edison. Like we saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. we did obviously to a certain
That's
extent.
different. That's
A little bit. I guess because we didn't go there to sell any product. So we were there as a brand. We were there
To talk
giving
to the
back,
people.
to talk to the people, to meet that region of the country and understand, what our consumer is there, and then they can put a face to the brand. Like we gave back. We didn't sell a single thing there. We wanted them to go to our vendors and buy from the vendors, but they had the swim tank there. They had mom and dad walking around with the kids. Yeah, they had to pay to come in, and their fishing season isn't 24/7, 7 days a week like we do have in here, that we have a luxury in Florida with. But you got to see what you were just emphasizing at, like dad walking in with his 2 kids and they're pumped to go buy fishing lures with dad. And it's like,
for
Dad,
the
look,
season.
NLBN is here. Dad, Yozuri's here. Look, Van Stahl.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never met Craig. I get to hold it, touch it, feel
Look at this
it.
big redfish I caught on your
Yeah.
lure.
Dude, look what I
Yeah.
caught. And we've never seen the kid on social. And it's like, you get to interact with them. And we got to see that a little bit a lot of it actually at Edison. But like,
Yeah.
I think if there's a hybrid there, something where iCast could do that, it would be huge potential upside for fishing.
Maybe big presenters aren't necessarily selling stuff, but like I think the smaller brands could, or like you could go to that section of iCast if you want to sell something there or whatever the case may be. But then you also have the retail like presenting section where you're just showing off the products. I think there could be a hybrid there that could bring, and then the public is able to go throughout. You could go to Shimano and just talk to the reps about all the new reels and the new products coming out, but then you could go to a custom rod manufacturer that the guy is making his own custom rods, and like you could buy a rod from the guy at the show.
The public definitely needs to be more involved.
Absolutely.
They need to change the name from iCast to UCast.
Oh,
So everybody's involved.
I like that. I like that.
UCast.
Yeah, it's not a weird one.
2026.
Shade.
It's a weird one.
No, it's not. It's about how can we make it better? Things that we see that are changing, and like, recommendations that we have for it. At the end of the day, it's like you get to meet all the business, and all the business and business happens at iCast, and I feel like we just lose sight of
What it's about.
Yeah, the long one, marathon, not the sprint.
get the people hyped about fishing this year and about the new products that are coming out. People, new products. That's like the gist of it.
Yeah.
And the people first, even before anything.
Interesting. It was definitely interesting. I never felt like that walking into iCast. It was so weird.
Yeah.
So, not weird. It's just different. Weird is the wrong word.
It was different.
It was different.
You could feel the shift.
Yeah.
You felt it.
Yeah, and I could feel this podcast ending. We got a couple things to do. Congratulations to the winner of the bag. We're announced it before this product dropped, so congratulations. Don't know who it is. We're gonna pick it. We want to do another giveaway for this podcast, so I think we gave away the big bag last time. We're gonna do a giveaway for the backpack. We're going to do it the same way as last time. Drop in the comments what you want us to talk about on the podcast. Always want to hear about subject. What do you guys want to hear us talk about? Put a hashtag or an @ like, are you on Instagram? Are you on TikTok? So we could at least find who you are and track you down. We'll put all the names in a hat. We'll pick a drawing, and we're going to pick it next time around. It's going to be for this. But to do so, you got to put some kind of @ so we know where, I don't care if it's an email, whatever, so we could contact you. And let us know what you want us to talk about on the podcast, or a guest that you want on, whatever it is. Just drop something in there, and we'll add you as part of the giveaway. What else do we got?
Did you guys meet Steve Harvey?
He walked by us a few times.
Yeah, he had the mask on.
He did in the beginning.
I didn't want to bother him.
He had mask and glasses. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, he's still with his COVID.
I didn't want to bother him, but he was there. He was making waves.
It was cool to see.
That
him.
was one thing, bro. You got to meet a ton of good people. Like every single year, we get to see a lot of the friendly faces from all the brands. So it does give us an opportunity. Like, we don't want this to go anywhere. Like, awesome party afterwards. Get to kick it with all the boys. Like, it is a good time. It's a good vibe. I think that we can make it a better vibe. Like, there's
100%.
more to it. But I'll like always have a good time. And especially, like I said earlier, the people. It's about the people, not just the industry people, but the people out there. But like, I have a great time with all the industry guys. Get to say what's up. And there should be a couple days where it's just business.
Yep.
And then a couple days where it's like, all right, guys, get ready. It's going to go wide open. I think that would be huge to get the public involved. But I love the people out there. We had a blast. Every year we go, we do have a good time, like talking to everybody, seeing all the people that we don't get to see that often. And yeah, like that's something that we want to see grow and do better. But we're going to do this giveaway for you guys. So this is going to be for the backpack now this time around. So this is a big one. I want to see a couple hundred comments in there. Please like and subscribe so we can bring you more of these episodes. We kind of shot from the hip this time. We're talking about iCast. If we sounded too negative, let us know. If you want to see a lot of what we're talking about, let us know what you thought was a good idea.
Yeah.
You know?
What's your thoughts on iCast? You could put it down in the comments. And what do you guys want to see?
Yeah, it took the words out of my mouth. What do you think should change at iCast if you were there, if you were a part of it? Drop it in the comments and tag us and put your name. It'll be an entry as well.
Yeah, what do you want to see? Like, what do you want to see more of? What's out there? Just, we always need your feedback to know if we're going in the right direction and what all is happening. Next episode we're dropping will be, Is that the redfish trip? Or
Yes, most likely the redfish trip.
is that before or after this drops?
It's gonna be
Well, first go watch the Striper video.
yeah. It's
First, go watch the Striper video. That's Craig, and we had Robbie out there, Robbie Taylor, over at the Real Easy. I mean,
Smoking them.
two psychopath of freaking striper fishermen. That's one of the cool things about this is we get to meet guys from all over the country that are just as crazy, if not more crazy than we are. So I had an opportunity to send these two crazy guys together, Craig and Robbie. They had a blast. They messed them up. It was like a 36 hours straight of just mugging the stripers. So that's a sick video for you guys to watch. Next video is going to be the redfish video after this drops, so stay tuned. We got a big surprise there. Line class world record broken on that video, and we got a couple awesome videos coming down the pipe for you guys. So stay tuned. Anything that you want us to talk about, drop them on the comments so we could get you on the backpack. And I hope we didn't talk too much about iCast. They're kind of negative out. We didn't want to just talk about the negative, but like what we can see that's going to make the show better.
Yep.
And
100%.
something that we look forward to every year. So thank you guys. Thank you for the support. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Drop it, Ross.
Let's go.
smoke.